Okay, everybody, welcome to Wednesday's weightlifting. We are doing 3 sets of 15 of 5 different exercises for your shoulder. Most of our clients borrowed a kettlebell. So we're going to demonstrate our upright row with a heavy kettlebell. Should be done with 2 hands. So Tony's going to round his shoulders slightly forwards, head's going to look down slightly, and he's going to row or pull that kettlebell up high so that his arms finish in a V position, and he's going to keep that kettlebell run underneath his chin, and as you notice, you can see his back of his hands facing the camera. Good job, Tony. Now he's going to grab the lighter one for those of you who, when you came and borrowed a light kettlebell, and he's going to show you how to do it with just one arm to make it so that it's hard to work on that, more resistance on one arm. So he's just going to row same way he did with 2 hands, but with one hand with keeping that elbow much higher than his wrist and his kettlebell. Good job. Okay, second move for our shoulder workout today is a front raise. So Anthony's got his ankles underneath his hips. He's got his core nice and tall and engaged. He's going to have a slight bend in the knees so that he can isolate and not move any part of his body except for his shoulder. So he's lifting single arm. He's got the heavy kettlebell, and he's going only up to shoulder height. If you can, if it's not heavy, you want to pause. This is pretty challenging for Anthony right now, but he's still having a nice little pause at the height of that movement. Good job. All right, the next shoulder move we're doing, remember these are 3 sets of 15. If you're using one arm, then you need to do both arms. And for the overhead press, we're not using barbells, we're using kettlebells, so you will be doing one arm press. So Anthony's got that kettlebell so that it's already resting on his shoulder. He's going to get in position where his lower body is nice and engaged. Feet are really turning into the floor, and he's going to press that kettlebell up so his arm is directly by his ear, and then he's bringing it right back down. Good job, Anthony. Okay, next movement is also an overhead, but it's called an Arnold. So when you perform the Arnold, you're going to be sitting with a nice tall back, shoulders directly over your hips, ankles underneath your knees so that you're at a nice 90 degree. Engage your core, and your palm is facing your body underneath your chin. And now as Anthony presses that kettlebell up, he rotates forwards at the end and then rotates and pulls it right underneath his chin. Ready? So he goes up and rotates and comes down. And it's hard to do one arm because you have to engage all your core so that you don't fall over. So this one's not just a shoulder exercise. You'll feel it in your core, right, Anthony?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, now our last shoulder exercise for today is going to be a side raise. So Anthony's going to check and make sure that his ankles are directly under his feet. He's going to pull his upper body up and straight and then slightly bend those knees. And now he's going to try to lift that kettlebell out to only shoulder height and down without moving any other part of his body. So Anthony, do it wrong for me and add a little bit of lean. Yes. Now, I know many of you are going to do that. Try that again, Anthony. What do you need to do to prevent that from happening?
Tighten your core.
Tighten your core and get into those knees a little bit. Now try. Look at that stability and isolation on that shoulder cap. Love it. Good job. Have fun.